Good evening, Vanessa. How have you been doing recently? Are you working overtime again tonight?
Hey, Jenna, I'm doing fine, I guess. And yeah, I'm still here working overtime, trying to get this project all finished up.
Oh, that's too bad. That has to be pretty depressing, staying late all the time. You'd think that they'd choose someone else every once in a while. What project is it this time?
I'm still working on the project that I spoke to you about a few days ago. But honestly, I feel I'm still not really getting anywhere with all of the time and effort I've put in. I need to try and finish it here soon. But before I can even go home, I still need to attend a meeting with some of the managers. I have to talk to them about how things are going and how close the team is to finishing it up.
It seems like for the past year and a half, this company's been treating you unfairly, huh? I guess a better way to say it is that you've become a slave to all of management's requests. Have you ever thought about going someplace else within the company?
It's not like I want to go to a different department or leave this company or really anything like that, but out of all the other members that are a part of this project, I just feel like I'm the only one who doesn't get the chance to go home and relax. And I don't think I'm in any position to try asking management either.
That's unfortunate to hear from you. Heck, I wonder if I'd be allowed to leave from work early if I asked.
Hey, you're an exception from all the rest of us here. You've been with this company for a rather long time now. And it seems like you don't really have to deal with any time-consuming projects, so I don't see why you couldn't ask them, but I'm a relatively average person within this company, so I couldn't get away with asking something as simple as that.
Do you really think I could get away with those kind of requests? I don't have any idea of what goes on at work these days, and I'm still surprised by the fact that they let me continue working for this company. Maybe if I started working harder for the company, that allowed me to join the project team with you. But let's be honest, do you really see management letting someone as useless and ignorant as me leave work early?
Well, you're already home at this time of night, so they must be allowing it. Anyways, I still won't be going home because the meeting will probably end up going all the way until 9 p.m. or so. This place is really starting to wear me down. Besides all of this, I really need to start preparing for my wedding that's coming up.
For someone who's such a workaholic like you, saying everything in an exhausted and burnt out tone must mean you really are in pretty rough shape. But hey, you have an amazing wedding to look forward to, so that should be keeping your spirits high, right? Are you still keeping up with all of the wedding prep?
Do you think I have the time to get anywhere with them? I still have to figure out what I'm gonna wear and who I want to invite. But every day for the past 6 months, I've been working about 10 to 11 hours a day, you know? I've had absolutely zero time or energy to prepare and plan out this wedding and send invitations. And because I'm always feeling exhausted on my days off, I've had no urge to continue working on anything, no matter how meaningful it should be to me.
Well, that'll happen from time to time, huh? But to most people, their wedding ceremony is a once-in-a-lifetime sort of event, right? You have no other choice but to prepare for it, or else you'll end up regretting this for the rest of your life. If it helps you at least a little, start to get those preparations for this wedding finished for me, alright?
Huh? How would finishing plans for this wedding help you?
I didn't mean anything particular by that. Don't worry about what I said. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to your wedding.
Wait, are you really that excited for my upcoming wedding? I haven't really even talked with you about it yet.
Of course, I'm excited that you're going to get married. Back when I was in charge of the research team at our company, I was pretty involved with watching over Mr. Harrington after he'd graduated from university and entered this company. And I've also been busy keeping an eye on you ever since you started working for this company. To me, you two have been making my working experience much less boring than it was before you guys arrived. And the way you both interact with one another made me always dream about what a cute couple you guys could be.
Aw, Jenna, that's too kind of you to say. Not even I could take the time to bother watching 2 new hires enter this company. I'm so glad that you're one of my superiors. Because of all the help that you've given me from the very start, I've been able to make it farther than I could have imagined within the company.
What are you trying to say by that? Are you saying that you use my fondness of you to overtake my position and become one of the leading members of the project team? You really are quite a cunning one, aren't you?
No, that's not at all what I meant by that. I had no intention of making it in this position when I envisioned working for the company. It was all because of the higher-ups that decided to place me on the project team. And if you were never there helping me along the way by putting in a good word for me, I would have never had a chance of becoming a part of this team.
Why the heck are you being so serious all of a sudden? It was just a small joke. I'm just messing around to get you to stop acting so down. In reality, I'm happy that I was treated so well by a very responsible and knowledgeable newbie like yourself. If you'd never decided to enter the company, I would have most likely left out of total boredom.
Jenna, you shouldn't be saying something like that to me. But really though, I was only able to make it to where I am now because of all you did. I'm sorry for all the complaining I've done recently regarding this project and the overtime. I'll continue to do my best at this company and with this project just for you, Jenna. I won't let you down. Also, I'll make sure that all the time and effort you put into me doesn't go to waste.
Oh my gosh, you're making me blush. But just to let you know, if you don't end up doing your best within the company, you'll have to worry about your position on that team. If you end up not being around anymore, I'll have to take everything for myself.
Huh? What do you mean by that? What'll you be taking all for yourself?
That is a big secret.
Wait, you can't just keep that a secret from me. Now you've got me all interested. I wonder what you could be hiding. Is it something expensive that's in your office kept within your desk? Or even better than that, could it be that super handsome guy that was just hired as our HR, Brad? I really want to know what it is that you'll have all to yourself.
Oh well, he was once a new hire from around the time that you were also entering this company. You're pretty clueless who it is though, huh? Let's let it be for now. There's no need for us to get too deep about my love life at this time of night. Please get back to focusing on your project, okay?
Come on! Now that I have this secret of yours on my mind, there's no way I could attempt to focus on this project. From how you phrased it, it's pretty much impossible for me to stop asking you about who it is, especially now that it involves someone you like. Also, today in particular, our conversation on here has had some real sentiment to it, right? Like we're finally starting to talk more about our lives than just what's going on at the workplace. I'm the type of person that gets far too excited when talking about other people's life outside of work.
My, you're all riled up now. It's alright to go little by little when talking about love interests like mine. And by the way, I think you're starting to forget about something. Are you alright on time? It's getting closer to the start of that meeting, and I don't think you've gotten any closer to finishing that very important project.
Oh, crap. I was so caught up with this that I totally forgot to look at the time. Man, with how much I'm getting involved in, I don't even think I'll be able to get to the wedding preparations today either.
You'll be alright, just stop focusing on what I said earlier and make some progress on the project. And also, good luck at that meeting, okay?
Hey, Jenna, I just heard from David. He said that during the time that I was still at work, you ended up contacting the wedding venue that me and him planned to get married at, right? Thank you for doing that, and I'm sorry for troubling you with something that David and I should have been handling from the start.
Hey, it's not a problem for me whatsoever. We're all involved in this wedding after all, you know? There's no need for you to worry about the preparations anymore. I think I was able to get it all straightened out.
Oh, that's such a relief. Wait, what? We're all involved, and I shouldn't worry anymore about it. What do you mean by that? What all have you straightened out? And also, all I heard from David was that you contacted the reception hall, but he didn't give me any information on what you were helping with. What was it that you ended up contacting them about?
Oh gosh. David really didn't spell it all out for you, huh? I'm sorry in advance for how harsh this is all gonna sound to you. And I don't think what I did was meant to help you, but rather me.
What the hell is going on? Wait, you never referred to David by his first name. I know you helped him out a ton at work, but you always refer to him by his last name.
Okay. I guess I need to tell you everything now. It isn't very healthy for me to hide this from you, and you'd soon find out about this from David anyway.
Hiding? What have you been hiding from me? This whole ordeal is starting to get a little scary. And why do you keep on laughing so much? Oh no, I'm starting to get a bad feeling about all of this. This situation looks exactly like something I've seen in a drama before.
Oh, that's quite accurate. This is definitely like something out of a romantic drama or something, huh? I'm sorry to have to break it to you, but that wedding that you had scheduled for 2 months from now is for David and I to get married.
What the hell? I knew there was a reason I had such a bad hunch about the way you were wording things and acting. Wait, are you actually being serious right now? What kind of reason do you have for doing something this horrific? It feels like you're just making fun of me or something. You have to be lying. There's no way you'd want to do this to me, right? I thought you were all excited for me to get married to David because we were so cute together.
Oh gosh, wouldn't it be great if I was just playing a prank on you? However, I'm really telling you the truth here, and I have many reasons for doing this. David and I have actually already been dating for 2 years now.
You both have been together for 2 years already? What? But David and I didn't start dating until about a year ago. Does that mean he's been having an affair with you this whole time? He's the worst. Does that not make you feel disgusted by him?
Actually, it's you that's been causing all the problems with our relationship. Before you had even entered the company, David and I already knew each other and were having such an amazing relationship together. I'd first met him at his interview just before he graduated, and for a while I'd been planning to get married to him. But then you came between us, breaking our relationship, and then you took David's eyes off of me.
I didn't know anything about you guys being together. If you were dating him, why didn't you tell me? Also, why would you have been referring to him by his last name this whole time then? If I had known that you and him were a thing, I would have never thought about asking him out.
Oh, is that so? Didn't you realize that I had feelings for him by the way I looked at and spoke about him? I was always trying to stick around him at work until you started dating one another, right?
But I told you already that I couldn't tell that anything was going on between you two.
Well, I decided that for a few days before your wedding was the perfect time for me to take David back from your thieving hands, the same way you took him from me a year ago. As long as we've been dating, I knew he was looking to spend time with other women, but I thought I was good enough to keep his wandering eyes away from those other women. However, I didn't expect you to backstab me and ask him out.
For 2 years, you knew he was trying to get with other women? It would have been nice if you told me what he was up to before I'd gotten involved with him. I'm shocked that you and him have been together all this time, but I'm even more shocked by the fact that you wouldn't bother letting me know. Especially if you were going to get upset with me instead of the one you knew was cheating. I can't even start to comprehend your way of thinking.
You being so confused and wrecked by all of this brings me so much joy. All along you've had such an innocent and childish aura to you. But even so, David, everyone at work, and my position on the project team, you took it all away from me in the end.
That's ridiculous. Me having everyone's respect at work and becoming a member on the project team, I thought that was all because of you, and I was thinking that you were happy about my success.
Oh, so now you're gonna start talking back to me. Anyways, there's no point in arguing about this subject anymore, right? Because after 2 dreadfully long years of constant worry and jealousy, I was finally able to get David back from you and use your wedding to get married to him. It seems like I really got the jump on you after all.
If you'd really go as far as to say that you got the jump on me, then that would mean that David is okay with you being the one to marry him, right? With everything you've told me about him, he could already be with another girl as we speak. Has he finally realized that you're the one he's most interested in marrying?
That is right. David is pretty indecisive after all, so in all reality, he would have been fine with marrying either of us. Luckily, I was able to snatch him back right before your guy's big day. You looked like you really wanted to marry him, so I thought he'd already gone ahead and forgot about me. But it turned out that he was still a little hesitant on who he really wanted to be with. So in the end, I used a little bit of persuasion to take him away from you.
Oh my god, he actually is a giant piece of garbage. But come on, are you really gonna be okay with marrying him? Are you really sure about being the bride of a man who's okay being with any woman he chooses? This all seems to me like the making of a future divorce.
Of course I'm okay with it. I was able to steal him back from you, so I'll be just fine getting him to stop thinking about any other woman whenever I need to. On a side note, David's still young and very intelligent, so don't you think he could be the next candidate for a managing position in our company? He's got a safe road to becoming successful and rich. There won't be any downsides to grabbing a hold of a man like him and making our relationship strong.
So that's the way you decide who you want to marry then, huh? I never thought you were the kind of shallow person that uses money and success as a way to gauge if you should marry someone or not. Do you even care that he's cheated on you at all? I guess I was just imagining you as some sort of decent and thoughtful person.
You have such a way with words. Thank you for having thought of me as a genuine person. But the person you thought I was and the person I really ended up being, well, they're barely alike.
I find it super embarrassing that I have to sit here listening to someone as disgusting as you talk about how all of this is just normal. And to think I'm the one being blamed for all this crap.
You couldn't be more right. It's crazy how much an eye-opening event like this can make someone change in an instant. I was always being fake with all that sentimental crap that I said to you. But even though I was hinting just a little bit at all of the fooling around that was going on with David and I, well, you pretty much let it all go right over your head, huh? Never did you second-guess a single thing I said or did, until I finally decided to say it straight to your innocent face.
Wasn't it obvious to you, though, that I wouldn't be able to pick up on your hints? You were really trustworthy to me, so something like this actually happening was never on my mind. I could have never guessed that you and David were going to stab me in the back right before our wedding.
Oh no, did I finally end up burning our bridge? I'm really, truly sorry about that. I'll let you in on something even better. Last week, when you and I were messaging each other while you were working overtime, I was out drinking with David.
I should have guessed. That's why you were so happy to hear that I was doing overtime and wouldn't be home until later that night.
Right on the mark. On top of that, when I ended up calling the reception and letting them know that I would need to change the bride's information, they were all beyond surprised at that. But in all honesty, this is definitely something to be surprised about, huh?
That's enough already, Jenna. There's no need for me to have David around anymore, and any bit of pleasure I had talking with you is long gone now. Please go ahead and enjoy the wedding just the way you've stolen it from me between you and David. And as a side note to all of this, you'll be covering all the costs, right?
Naturally, as if you have any say in the matter. David is on course to become one of the elite within the company. I'm sure his salary will grow dramatically within the next few months, so he'll be able to afford everything and anything at our venue.
Well, I hope you enjoy being with that money bag of yours. From now on, I have no desire to hear from you or him, so please don't try to contact me. So long.
It looks like I got on your last nerve. See ya, loser. And by the way, this should be pretty obvious to you, but you're not invited to our wedding. On our special day, please stay in your bed and cry about what a wonderful wedding you could have had. Wait. Hold on for 1 second. What the heck is going on here? Isn't today's wedding supposed to be in Vegas? When I arrived at the reception hall, they told me that I'd made a mistake and that the wedding is taking place in Paris. Are you kidding me right now?
Huh? I told you not to speak to me anymore. Didn't I say that to you a few days ago? Are you not able to read English or something?
I can read, you idiot. And I didn't message you because I wanted to. When I arrived at the reception hall in Las Vegas, I was told that I was at the wrong venue and that my wedding is taking place in France. There has to have been a misunderstanding. What the hell do they mean by that?
Well, first things first, I want to know why you thought that your wedding was in Las Vegas. I'd assumed you were the one who changed the location of the wedding to Paris. After all, you were looking at a wedding pamphlet for venues in France, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. The pamphlet that David was reading through was for places in Las Vegas, I thought. And after I'd called to change the bridal information for the wedding, they told me that the wedding would take place here in Las Vegas.
Oh, I see now. That pamphlet was for all of the venues that company owns. Vegas is just one of them. You do know that you were dealing with a company that has multiple venues, don't you? A bride wouldn't normally make such a careless mistake like this on one of the most important days of their life, right? But I suppose you were never the brightest one, huh?
Seriously. Hold on. In other words, David is heading to France right now to get ready for our wedding. All he said was, "I'll see you there." He should have told me something by now. Hasn't he noticed that I would be on the plane right now with him?
Guess not. Or maybe he just didn't care. Or even better, maybe he thought you were smart enough to know the right wedding venue. You guys must have really not talked about all of your travel plans very thoroughly then.
Why would you say these sorts of things when you can see that I'm panicking? When I was asking him about where we'd have our wedding at, I never said I wanted to have a wedding outside of the country. I said we should just go to Vegas.
I don't think he cared too much about where you wanted to have the wedding. Of course, I'd originally chose to have the wedding within the US, but you were the one who took my wedding away from me, so don't even try to rope me into this. Hopefully you can get a grasp on reality and find a way to get to Paris by the time the wedding starts. I mean, shouldn't you already be trying to catch up to him or something?
How am I supposed to catch him, though? I don't even have a passport. This is the whole reason why I told him to choose somewhere inside the States. There is no chance that I'll be able to get to him now. How should I even go about canceling the wedding?
Wouldn't it be best to just call the reception hall first and ask if it's okay for you to cancel the wedding? But let's be honest, is that even going to work for you? I mean, you're really cutting it close trying to cancel the wedding on the day of. You'll end up having to pay the full wedding fee anyway, right? What's going to happen when David's family shows up and there's no bride for the wedding? They're certainly going to be mad about wasting their time and money to go there.
Oh, God. They'll end up going all the way to France for absolutely nothing. It'll be a huge waste for them. And worst of all, this will make me look super bad.
You're going to be the one that has to pay for their travel and lodging expenses as well, you know. A while back, I'd said that paying for all of those who I invited would be pretty tough. But David said making our guests pay for the flight and hotels would be very disrespectful to them. I can't stop laughing. You'll have to blame him for that one.
That idiot! Causing all of this needless crap for me.
But seriously, you'll be the one causing the most problems for everyone by not showing up to your own damn wedding.
Ugh, this can't be happening to me. Having to pay for a wedding that I won't even be showing up to, and also having to pay for all our guests on top of that will be the end of me. And even if I decide to cancel all of this now, I'll still have to pay 100% of the wedding fees. Wait, I've got an excellent idea. How about I just give up and forget about the wedding and give it back to you? Consider it a nice present from me.
What?
I think you've finally gone off the deep end with that sort of talk. I wasn't joking around by saying that. I wanted to marry David, but since I can't be bothered anymore with all of this, how about you have it all back? You were really in love with David, right? You're more than welcome to go to Paris to marry him if you want. I'll even let him know I'm not in love with him anymore so that he'll stop thinking about me. If you do this for me, I won't have to hand over a single penny towards the wedding and you'll get to be with him.
You are being hilarious right now. Do you really think that I would just put all of this headache that you caused behind me and say, sure, that's fine with me. I'd love to marry an unfaithful guy like David?
Hey, it's not like we need his approval or anything. From the very start, this wedding was meant to be between you and David. Oh, that's right, I can just call the reception hall and ask them to change the bride's info again for me.
I'm sorry, but I don't think you can pull that off a second time. Even if you try to talk them into changing the information back to mine, I can't possibly see anyone there believing you.
What? There's no harm in trying.
It's not my fault that all of this is happening, you know. Why are you even still talking to me as if this is my problem? This fiasco was created by no one else but you two, right?
Well, if I can't find a way to go to France and I can't find someone to go in my place and marry David, then I'll be stuck having to pay for the whole wedding and everyone's expenses.
That's absolutely right. Also, you should already know by now that the expenses won't stop there.
They wouldn't. On top of all this, what more could there possibly be? Naturally, David wouldn't have enough saved up to cover any other fees, right? There's no way we'd be able to pay for anything else.
You can't just say that you won't be able to pay because you'll have no other choice. The other expenses will be from me suing you for emotional damage.
You're gonna try and sue me. Wait a second. You can't claim that sort of thing from David or I because you guys haven't even married one another yet. You greedy wench, you're just trying to find a way to make money from this.
I've consulted with a lawyer and he says there is in fact a good chance I can win a case against you. So lawyer up, that is if you can afford one after all the money you need to pay from the wedding. And thanks to all of the conversations we've had on here, I've now got plenty of evidence pointing to you ruining our wedding.
What? Those who are engaged also have to give consolation money if they break up. How much do you plan to ask for then? We really don't have that much money to give you.
It really doesn't matter to me how much money you or David have. My lawyer says I could sue for anywhere in the ballpark of $20,000 all the way up to $40,000.
$40,000. There is no way I'll be able to pay something as insane as that.
Well, you're gonna have to find some way to pay up. Maybe it's a good time to start looking for your lawyer who can help. You'll already be paying around $20,000 for the reception hall in Paris, and on top of that, you'll have to pay for your guy's hotel, as well as the cost of all who you invited to come to the wedding. With all that in mind, you'll have to pay around the same amount that you'll owe me, $40,000, right? So I feel I should be given an equal amount to those costs. Wow, now that I really think about it, that's going to be quite a serious bill.
You're really saying that David and I will have to pay around $80,000 in total for the wedding, all of our guests, and consolation fees to you?
It seems that way. And don't forget about the cost of getting a lawyer to help you. Also, remember when you were talking about David being pretty wealthy and how he seems to be on the way to making even more money? Well, you must have also known that he puts a decent amount of that money into sports betting.
What? He gambles with it? You're lying. I have never seen him go out and gamble, not once.
He did a pretty good job at hiding that fact from you, I guess, but I thought I should let you in on it since that might help when choosing how much each of you have to pay. But to be very honest, because of all his gambling, he practically has zero money in savings. And since he didn't have enough saved, my parents and I, along with David's parents, ended up doing most of the saving towards our wedding day.
But since you and your parents' part of the payment won't be covered, that'll all be left to David's parents, my parents, and myself to pay?
Well, not exactly. I don't believe that David's parents will be paying anything either now. I thought letting his parents know the details about how he'd be marrying you over me was a responsible thing to do. And since they seem to really care about me, they were not only upset with David, but also decided that paying for his part of the wedding wasn't something they wanted to do anymore. They said they had no plans of going to see your guys' wedding today either. But the most important thing to remember is that you and David are all on your own.
What? You have to be messing with me. This is all just a dream, right? It has to be.
Jenna, this is all very, very real, and you'll soon need to start accepting all of the mayhem you caused. Well, anyways, with that, I think our conversation is done here. Congratulations on your guys' wedding, and I look forward to hearing about how you plan to pay me later. Jenna was never able to make it over to France to meet with David at their wedding, since she didn't have a passport in the first place. And because the bride never ended up coming to the venue, the wedding was not allowed to be held. Hilariously, David and Jenna were both billed $40,000 for the reception hall and for all the guests that were invited to their wedding. Along with that, things are moving forward with my case against them. It's looking like they'll owe me an additional $20,000 for what they did. Because of this whole wedding disaster, Jenna and David got into a huge fight. They ended up having to live together in an old rundown house instead of separation, as that was their best chance of saving some money. Of course, they continued to have fights in the meantime while they were still together. Even though the both of them tried to keep all of these humiliating events a secret, our company eventually found out and they were both fired for constantly arguing while at work. As one would expect, when you decide to try and ruin someone's wedding by stealing their fiancé and using their wedding plans, you're bound to get what you deserve in the end.
Thank you for watching and listening. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. We look forward to seeing you in the next story.
Hey, Alana! Where are you? I'm at the Terrace Cafe on the first floor of Terrace's office building. It's already noon. I think I told you we were meeting at the Terrace Cafe at noon, right? Did you check my calendar invite? What do you mean, 12? You told me we were going to meet at 1 the other day. And the calendar invite says that, too. I thought we were meeting up at 1 p.m. and then heading over to the Terrace Cafe at 2 p.m. to meet the clients. I'm like 100% sure I told you we were meeting at 12. Maybe you're confusing the time with another meeting. Don't try and make this my fault. You're the one that's late, not me. If you're still at the office, please head over here as soon as possible. The meeting is going to start soon. All right. I'll head over as soon as possible. I'm still pretty sure you said 1, though. But my bad if I was the one that made a mistake with the time. It's whatever. Oh, but if you're going to be a little late, that's totally fine. No, I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm hopping in a taxi as we speak. This was my mistake, so I'll be sure to make up for it. That's not what I mean, Alana! God, you're so slow. Can't you read between the lines? Richard from the Terrace Group sales team said he'll come get us himself. So it's fine if you're a little late. What? No, I should, most definitely come now if he's picking us up. I can't make a client wait. I've been working with Richard for a few years now, and I have a feeling he's the type to come to things earlier rather than later. He's pretty fussy about time. God damn it. I messed up big time. This is bad. Oh, is that so? I had no idea. It's probably not that big of a deal. I'm already here, so I can tell him you're on the way. So, you said you've known Richard for a few years now? Have you been working with the Terrace Group for a while now? This is a long-term client of yours, right? Yeah, it's been a little over 2 years now. I still have no idea why I'm working with such a big client. but I'm grateful for the opportunity. They can be pretty demanding sometimes, but they grow on you. Pretty solid team they have over there. I see. And have you been working with Richard for the last 2 years? Or was there another sales rep from there and before Richard took on the account? Yeah, it's been him from the start. And apparently, it was his first time working with our firm, too. He recently started to come all the way down to the lobby to get me before our meetings. Which is nice of him, but also a little annoying sometimes. Because, like I said, he's super strict on time and tends to be like 10 minutes early to everything. It's kind of stressful to keep up with his clock. All right, good to know. I'll make sure I take note of that in the future. In that case, feel free to come as late as you want. Did you read any of the things I just sent you? He comes to everything early. He's fussy with time. It's almost like his internal clock runs 10 times faster than the average person or something. Coming late is the worst idea. I don't need that sort of stressor right now, especially while we're wrapping up this next deal with them. Oh, sweet, sweet, silly Alana. Don't you get it yet? Or do I have to spell it out for you? I'm interested in Richard. Romantically speaking. I like him. And I want to get some one-on-one time with him today. You know, before our meeting. Unfortunately, Richard isn't a regular client of mine. So it's very rare that I get a chance to sit down with him alone. You get it, right? I guess I get it, but this is work. You're not being paid to find a new boyfriend. And these business meetings are definitely not the place to be hunting for husband material. I'm sorry, but I can't just come late because you're into Richard. He's my long-term client, and there's a huge account on the line right now. So I can't be late for our meetings. Oh, come on, Alana. Why do you have to be like this? I get that it's work and it's important, but it won't be that long, I promise. Just a few minutes. Can't you help your girl out a little? Or do you like Richard too? I hope we're not competing against the same guy. That would be super awkward. No. I'm not interested in him that way. Not even the slightest. I'm too busy with work to even think about something like that. But still, this makes me really uncomfortable. I mean, he's my client. And I don't know how I feel about you flirting with him during work hours either. Well, if you don't have feelings for him, then why does it matter if I talk to him a little bit? I don't get a lot of chances to meet people like him, so I want to make a good impression. Come on, don't be so uptight about it. I get the whole work thing, but I swear I'll make it short. Well, I'm glad your love life is flourishing or whatever, but I can't let you do this. Look, I'm rooting for you and all that, but I'm not comfortable with letting your private life get in the way of my work. At the end of the day, Richard is our company's client. That takes precedent over anything else. You understand where I'm coming from, don't you? Anyway, I'm heading over there now. I'll be there in a few minutes. God, you're so boring. Why can't you lighten up a little? This is why you're forever single. Have you even had a boyfriend before? If you want to get married anytime soon, you're gonna have to loosen up a little, Alana. Working all the time doesn't look very good on you. Aren't you embarrassed that you're still single at this age? Not really, to be honest. I chose this lifestyle for a reason, and I'm quite happy with it too. Besides, this sort of stuff depends on the person too. You know, whether they want to get married or not. I like work, and my goal is to succeed so I can support my family. I think we just have different priorities, Lisa. You find value in romantic relationships. I find value in work. It's as simple as that. God, you don't have to be so serious all of a sudden. All this talk about work and family is so boring. I was just messing around. If you're coming now, can you leave a little early after the meeting? You can head back to the office before me and I'll stay behind to talk to Richard a little. Fine. I'm honestly wasting my time trying to convince you. Do whatever you want. But make it short, okay? We don't want to bother Richard after the meeting. It's still office hours, and there's stuff we have to work on once we get back to the office. I know. Don't worry about it. I'll come back in time. Anyways, I'll see you in a few. Oh my god, Alana! You won't believe what happened! Okay, so, after you left the meeting, things got super crazy between Richard and me. And he told me he had feelings for me! I had a feeling he liked me too. Isn't that insane? Oh, wow, that's incredible news, Lisa. Good for you. I'm happy to hear that it went well. I know, right? I feel like I manifested this. But honestly, I'm not surprised. I've been getting the vibe that he was super into me. He's been checking me out for ages and was always super polite when he was talking to me. And he was never creepy or chauvinistic. Ugh, but imagine me dating someone so hot! He's the creme de la creme of masculinity. Every single woman on this planet is going to be so jealous. Right, I guess so. I've never really looked at him that way, but I suppose a lot of people would find him attractive. I know you work with him a lot, so do not even think about falling for him too. Okay? Or else you're gonna have to deal with my rage. Oh, don't worry about that. There's no way I'm going to ever develop feelings for him. Are you sure about that? How can anyone resist his looks? Well, I guess you and I are on totally different leagues. So, you wouldn't even think about going for someone like Richard. What is that supposed to mean? Ugh, don't make me say it. I mean, you know, our faces, our style, our personalities. The list is never ending. We're in very different categories, if you know what I mean. I'm more of the glamorous, charming type, and you're more on the basic, simple side of the spectrum. We're complete opposites, so I guess I don't have to worry about you getting in between Richard and I. Oh, okay. That's a bit much. You never know with these things. I'm not interested in Richard, but I also don't think I'm as basic or simple as you say I am. I get that I'm not like you, but I feel like you could have said this in a nicer way. But honestly, this is kind of rude. I helped you out by leaving early, and this is how you thank me? I think it's best you keep this sort of thing to yourself, Lisa. My bad. I didn't mean to offend you. I was just speaking frankly, as a friend. You know me, I don't have a filter. Whatever, it's fine. So, what happened? He said he likes you and... Okay, so are you ready for this? It gets crazier. Richard doesn't want to date unless we're going to get married. Richard wants to marry me! Isn't this so exciting? Makes me want to go all in. I mean, imagine me as Richard's wife? God, a girl can dream. This is everything I wanted and then some. That's interesting. I never expected Richard to be a marriage kind of guy. He's always seemed so cautious going into new things. I guess you can never fully know someone. It just means he's that serious about me. You know what they say? If a man wants it, he'll put a ring on it. I can't believe this is happening to me. He's hot and he has a good job. He's literally the full package. I wonder what I did in my past life that I'm being blessed like this. Right. Good for you. I'm happy for you and all that jazz, but are you good? I have to get back to work and I can't keep texting you. There's still so much for me to get through tonight. And that includes Richard's project, too. Fine. God, you're really boring. Why can't you have a little fun? All the best on the Terrace project. You better do good. For Richard and I. Thanks, I guess. And have a good rest of the day, too. I'll see you at the office. Oh my God, Alana! Richard just proposed to me! It's finally happening! I am going to be Mrs. Lisa Winslet! Look, that's great and all, but where are you? I need to talk to you about some issues related to the Terrace account. Ugh, but from the sound of things, I feel like you're still at Richard's office. Oops! I am most definitely still at his office. God, Lisa! But it's been hours since our meeting with them. You stayed there this whole time? Come on. You should know better than that. I get that you two have a relationship, but he's still our client. You could have delayed his other obligations by staying for so long. And I shouldn't have to say any of this to you. It's still work hours. Please come back as soon as possible. Blah, blah, blah. Can't you congratulate me, Alana? Richard proposed to me. He asked me to marry him. I get that work is important and all, but you could at least say congratulations. Or are you jealous of me for getting married before you? Lisa, I don't care about your love life or whether you get married before me. I'm talking about our job. You need to come back. I realize there's an issue with the Terrace project and have been running around trying to resolve the issue. We need you back here as soon as possible. There's work we have to do. Work! Your job! It's all hands on deck, Lisa. Fine. I'll come back. Give me a second. Can I gloat a little bit? I just got the sweetest piece of news, but I can't even enjoy it one bit. You can celebrate the engagement all you want. But can you do that after work? I don't understand why this is something I have to even explain to you. We're still not sure where the problem is coming from, so I'm looking into everything one by one. I've been in meetings all afternoon trying to sort this out. So please, come back ASAP. I need you here. Relax. I'm getting on the taxi now. I'll be there soon. Hey, Lisa. Just listened to your voice message. Why'd you tell me to text you all of a sudden? Is something going on? Hey, Alana. Thanks a bunch for getting back to me. So, there's something I'm going to be announcing to the rest of the company tomorrow morning. But I wanted to tell you beforehand, since we work together so much and all. What is it? Are you ready for this? It's going to blow your mind. Richard and I are officially getting married. Okay. You already told me that, though. But it really looks like he wanted to lock me down as soon as possible. 'Tis the life of a femme fatale. Well, congratulations to you, Lisa. I'm glad the situation is working out for you. But I'm honestly quite surprised. I didn't expect Richard to move this fast. He's always been more of the careful type. Never in a million years would I have thought Richard would propose to someone so quickly. This is so unlike him. Well, like I said, he probably wanted to lock me down before some other guy got to me. Anyway, there's something else I wanted to tell you. Since I'm accepting the proposal and getting married, I decided to resign from my position. Wait, excuse me? What do you mean resign? You're just joking, right? Have you talked to management already? I mean, what did Rebecca say? Yeah, of course I talked to management. I talked to Rebecca this morning, and she tried to stop me from leaving. But I put my foot down and told her I'm resigning today. I have my resignation letter ready, so she couldn't say no. Honestly, I wanted to quit for a very, very long time. I hate this job, and just working in general isn't for me. So I made a pact with myself a while back that I'd resign once I got married. It sounds like you forced Rebecca into accepting your resignation, though. I mean, I get that everyone has a different philosophy towards work, but I feel like there's a universally acceptable way of quitting, right? Also, did you think about how your resignation would affect the rest of us? I mean, that whole situation with the terrorist account ended up being your fault. The past is the past, Alana. You don't have to keep bringing that up. There's nothing I can do to change what happened. I messed up. I apologized. And now, I move forward. You know? Plus, I dealt with the problem this entire week, didn't I? It's not like I didn't do anything for the team. That's literally your job. You're acting like you went above and beyond for this project. And you got through this week with our help. We spent hours sitting down with you to pluck out the weeds and fix up the account. We had to delay the project because of the situation. But I feel like you're taking everything so lightly. I mean, all of us stayed up for hours to deal with your mess. And I'm grateful for all the things you did for me. Of course I am. But I already made up my mind. Nothing can make me go back on this decision. I'm doing this for myself. I need to quit so that I can live the life I've always wanted. Once I resign, I can commit myself to being a housewife and live the sort of carefree life I've always dreamed of. But did you think about how your resignation would affect Richard too? He's still our client. Your mishaps and your resignation is probably going to end up hurting him too. I mean, have you even talked to Richard about this? Is he okay with you resigning? No, I haven't told him yet. And I don't plan on telling him until after we get married. I'm planning on surprising him with the big news after our wedding. He's probably going to be over the moon. I'm cute, I can cook, I can clean. A frickin' triple threat! Lisa, can you please slow down for a second? Please, I'm begging you to reconsider this. Can't you wait another week? You'll have your entire marriage to be the housewife triple threat that you are. But we need you here still. I get that I'm asking you to change your plans, but could you at least consider where I'm coming from? If you told me in advance that you were thinking about quitting, I could have planned ahead so that we weren't so reliant on you to keep the terrace account moving. It's a bit irresponsible to tell me on the day of your resignation. Nope, that's not happening. I already made up my mind. I've been wanting to quit for ages. I'm not going to back out now just because it inconveniences you. I joined this company because I want to bag a man like Richard. Now that I have him, there's no reason for me to stay here. Ugh. All that hard work we put in, and now this. It's fine. Just do whatever you want then. I should have known better. We'll figure out what to do from here. Oh my god, you're pissed! You're definitely mad at me. Well, not that that concerns me anymore. Good luck with everything! And wish me luck on my marriage with Richard. Adios! Hey, Alana. Are you at the terrace office right now? You're usually there at this time on Thursdays, right? Hey! Can you respond? I know you saw the messages. Don't ignore me. What do you want, Lisa? I thought we talked about everything we needed to talk about yesterday. And yes, I'm at their office right now. That's what I thought. I have a question. Is Richard there right now? Yeah, he is. We're about to go into our meeting soon. Is there a problem? Ugh! Why isn't he picking up his phone? Can you do me a favor and ask him something for me? Can you ask him what his apartment number is? I told him that I'll come over and cook dinner for him earlier today, but I think he forgot to send me the address. You want to know Richard's private address? Like, where he lives? You're his girlfriend, but you've never been to his place? I've been to the area near his apartment and met up with him in front of the building a few times, but I've never been inside. Why don't you ask him yourself? You have his number, right? We're busy dealing with the mess you left behind. I don't think he has the time to talk to you right now anyway. Maybe try him later? Oh, come on! Can't you help me out a little? I'm literally carrying a boatload of groceries and standing in front of his apartment. I look so silly. Look, the thing is, I don't have his number, so I can't message him. What? Why don't you know his number? That literally makes no sense. I'm so confused. You're his girlfriend, but you don't know his phone number? How do you two even communicate? You know Richard. He's a super private guy. I asked him for his number 1,000,000 times, but he said he doesn't feel comfortable giving his contact information to people. I managed to get his personal email address, but he doesn't really check his email. His email. Oh my god, this is weird. Alana, please don't get offended by my asking you this, but are you sure the situation is like 100% what you think it is? Because it's all starting to sound a bit suspicious to me. What do you mean? How is any of this suspicious? Are you actually Richard's fiancé? Because it's starting to sound like you're not. Don't make me laugh. Of course I'm his fiancé. He proposed to me a week ago. Did you forget about that already? We're engaged now. Bound to be married. And it's not like I'm the one who proposed. I literally heard Richard say it with my own ears. Is this jealousy? Are you trying to gaslight me because you feel like crap for not having a partner? If that's the case, doesn't look too good on you, buddy. Oh my god, Lisa. Enough with this jealousy thing. I couldn't care less about you and Richard's relationship. But what's weird is that I just told all of this to Richard, and he seems very, very weirded out. Huh? What do you mean, weirded out? He seems creeped out, disgusted, confused. He doesn't understand what you're talking about and is very nervous about you being in front of his apartment. This whole situation kind of felt off to me, so I was showing your messages to him. And he freaked out when he saw what you were saying. He said he never proposed to you and never said anything about having feelings for you. He has no idea what you're talking about. I don't think I've ever seen Richard be like this. He's denying everything you're saying with every cell in his body. Aww, he's just shy. He's always been super shy about us. It's actually so cute. Apparently, he was checking me out for a while, but was too nervous to come up and talk to me. I went up to him and introduced myself because I noticed him looking at me during our meetings. Then how'd you get his phone number? Did someone give it to you? Because he said he doesn't remember giving you his phone number. Apparently, he was getting a bit freaked out because an unknown number kept calling him the last couple of weeks. I wanted to stay connected with him no matter what. It might be hard for you to understand since you have a heart of steel or whatever, but when you're in love, there are times when you want to talk even if there's nothing to talk about. Even just listening to him do his chores or relaxing would have made me happy. Oh, and I got his number from a friend of his. I pretended to be Richard's friend and asked for his number. Yikes. Excuse me? This is so messed up. What the hell? Are you trying to say I'm messed up? How can you say something like that? Just because you can't get a boyfriend doesn't mean you're allowed to take out your frustration on me. I'm not the one that's messed up. You are. No. That's not what I meant. Let's relax for a second. I didn't mean to insult you. Don't tell me to relax. I am relaxed. I am completely calm. You're pissing me off right now. You're so mean, Alana. Can't you have some empathy for me? God, it's so exhausting talking to people like you. Can you just ask Richard which room he lives in? I don't think it's a good idea for me to ask him that, given the context of everything you just said and how he's been reacting. This isn't going to be easy for you to hear, but I'm going to tell you the truth because I want to help you. Long story short, Richard isn't going to marry you. He was never going to marry you. What? Why doesn't he want to marry me anymore? I don't understand. Why? Lisa, listen to me. You two were never dating. He never asked you out. He never said anything about having feelings for you. And he most definitely did not propose to you. He's literally sitting next to me right now, telling me what to write to you. And he's not saying this because he's shy or he's a private person. This is the truth. I know it's hard to hear, but I think it's best for you if you accepted this and moved on before you embarrass yourself even more. Are you being serious right now? He's saying all of this? If this is a joke, I will never forgive you. I don't understand. He told me he doesn't want me to work as much on the project anymore. I thought that meant he wants us to spend more time together outside of work. What? How did you arrive at that conclusion? I think he meant what he said quite literally. Richard said he meant, don't work on this project anymore. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh my god. I'm so confused. But he said all of those sweet things to me. Are you saying when he told me that he doesn't want to see me occasionally, he didn't mean it as occasional isn't enough? And that he wanted to be with me all the time because he missed me? Jesus, Lisa. You gotta learn to take things at face value. I get that you're a positive thinker and see yourself as someone deserving of a happy ending, but there's a limit to that. That interpretation might be convenient for your life plan or whatever, but you gotta admit it's a pretty massive stretch. Richard said he was trying to be as direct as possible because he was uncomfortable with your advances. But looking at your reaction, sounds like he wasn't direct enough. This can't be true! I couldn't have imagined the whole situation. I'm not making any of this up. I felt it in the way he was looking at me. Oh my god. So if he didn't propose to me, that means I don't have a fiancé. I am not getting married. Which means I quit my job for no reason? I'm jobless and single now? Yeah, it looks like that might be the case. I mean, do you have someone else you can marry? I like that you dream big, but this might have gone a little too far. I can't believe this is happening to me. And why do you keep laughing? This isn't funny. God, I feel so stupid. And Richard, screw him. What a jerk. He led me on and now he's saying he was creeped out by me? I can't believe I liked someone like him. I feel like an idiot. Well, I guess that means I'll be coming back to work. Are you sure about that? Yeah. Since I'm not getting married, I need my job back. I'll come back to the office once I sort some other stuff out. I need to get a legal team together so I can sue Richard for abandoning our engagement. And do you think the company is going to be fine with you coming back? Why wouldn't they be? I was working there up until a few days ago. If anything, I'm sure they'd be happy I'm coming back. I will be very honest with you, Lisa. You're not needed here anymore. And this is a unanimous opinion. You're always late, you miscommunicate important information to our clients, you mess up meeting times and locations, and there were significant delays in the projects and tasks you handled. On top of that, you resigned right in the middle of handling a client emergency. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's no place for someone like you in our teams anymore. We don't trust you handling projects or dealing directly with clients. You're more of a liability than an asset to the firm.
You don't have to be so harsh. Can't you see I'm struggling? And whether I come back or not isn't for you to decide. I'll just take it straight up to management. Plus, I'm sure the rest of the team would be happy if I came back.
Yeah, no. I just asked everyone here if they'd want you back, and it's a unanimous big frickin' no way. I'm sorry, Lisa, but I think it's best you moved on from everything, including this job. It's the best thing for all of us.
Oh, come on! Don't say that! But what about all the times I made everyone laugh and smile and entertain them? People always told me I add a breath of fresh air to the firm.
What we need isn't an entertainer. We need someone with a sense of responsibility. Someone we can rely on. We can't make any money with charm. We need skills. Hard skills. Also, Richard might be making a harassment claim against you.
What? Why is he doing that? That's not necessary. Can you tell him that? I'll apologize to him for what happened.
It looks like you're going to have a lot to deal with in the coming weeks. I can't help you. This is all you're doing, and you're going to have to figure it out on your own. Adios, Lisa. Richard ended up filing a harassment claim against Alana after everything unfolded. A restraining order was placed on Alana. On top of all of this, Alana fought tooth and nail to get her job back. She came to the office numerous times, screaming and thrashing around in front of everyone at the firm. She ended up breaking some office equipment in the process. Apparently, she's being sued by the company for breaking and entering and damage to company goods. She's probably going to be slapped with a very hefty fine to settle the case. And with everything going on, rumors spread throughout the industry, and no one wants to hire her. She's broke, jobless, and single now. I honestly can't believe there are people like her in real life. I've heard stories, but seeing it happen in real time was insane. Oh, and on another note, Richard told me he has feelings for me. It was entirely unexpected, and I'm not entirely sure how I'll respond, but I'm feeling very happy about how things are going for me. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.
Lori! That was so much fun today! I can't believe it! Where should we go next? Maybe we should go on a trip?
Nellie, I really think that it is time that you do something about your constant lateness.
What? What are you even talking about?
Are you trying to tell me that you really have no idea what I am talking about? I mean, you were a whole hour late today. I mean, that's not just being tardy anymore.
Oh, right, that. Yeah, I am so sorry about that. I just kind of took a nap and then I lost track of time. But I mean, come on. An hour is nothing in the grand scheme of things, right?
But it wasn't just that, Nellie. You didn't tell us anything about an ETA. So then we finally gave up on waiting for you and ordered water. Just waters. And then you finally showed up late only to get upset with us for ordering before you arrived.
But I mean, come on. Don't you think it is a little mean not to wait until everyone has arrived?
In what way do you think what we did was mean?
I mean, you all show up, don't even bother to check if I am on my own, and just go ahead and order without me? I thought we were all supposed to be friends here.
What are you even talking about right now?
I mean, at the very absolute least, you could have told the restaurant that you were expecting one more person and waited for me, right?
I seriously do not know if you are being serious about all of this right now. What do you mean? Am I not being clear or something? I am just saying that it really hurt my feelings and made me feel like you guys really didn't care whether or not I was even there. Did you even read what I sent to you earlier? Besides, how are we the bad guys here when you haven't even apologized for being late? No, I really don't know what you were talking about. I think you were just trying to pin the blame on me. I mean, it's not like that was an excuse. It is not like I wanted to be late, you know? But you always are late. Every single time. I mean, I am just saying that I wish you would be a little more careful about being on time. I do try to be on time all the time, but it is not that simple. Besides, I was only a little late this time, so it's no big deal. Well, I really do not think that being a whole hour late counts as just a little. So I guess you're just trying to tell me that I really don't matter all that much as a friend to you. Huh. Wow. Are you being serious with that right now? Well, if you really cared about me, then you would think about my feelings a little more. A good friend would have waited. But since none of you bothered waiting, all that tells me is how little I really mattered to you and the girls. I can't believe what I am hearing. Are you really trying to pull this on me right now? Do you not even think that you are in the wrong even the slightest today? No, of course I wasn't. How would I even be? Anyways, where are we going to go for our trip this time? Wait, what are you talking about now? Well, when I showed up, you all stopped talking right away. But I knew that you were all planning some kind of trip. So, where are we going? How did you even know about that? Don't underestimate how sensitive my ears are. I can hear everything. I heard you all talking the moment I walked into the store. You were all talking about taking a trip overseas, weren't you? Well, yes. Yes, we were in fact talking about taking a trip overseas. We thought it would be fun to take a trip to the Bahamas. The Bahamas? Oh wow, that sounds amazing! I am looking forward to it. So you are saying that you want to come along with us? What are you talking about? Of course I am going. We are all going together, aren't we? For how long are you talking about here? We were planning on staying for 4 days. But since it is an international flight, you really can't be late or else there is no getting on the plane. Do you really think you can swing the timing of getting on an international flight? Oh, please. You are too much sometimes. Of course I will be on time. There is no way I would be late for something this important. Really? Well, if you say so. Have you already booked your flights and made the hotel reservations? We were going through a travel company to do all of that, actually. Got it. Well then, can you call them and tell them you are adding one more person to your party? If they haven't made any reservations yet, it shouldn't really be an issue for them, right? Are you serious? You really want me to do this again? I already had to deal with the restaurant today about changing our reservations for you. Though I don't think you remember me having to do that. Oh, did you really have to do something like that? You are right. I really don't remember hearing about that at all. I figured as much. You typically just remember things in whatever way suits you best. Well, anyways, I am not going to miss a trip like this with my girls, so don't try and exclude me from your plans this time. Got it? Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. I will tell the rest of the ladies that you are going to go. Just make sure you pay your part of the reservations, okay? And also make sure that you aren't late. Come on, it'll be fine. You are worrying about all of this far too much. Hey, Nellie, where did you run off to? We are all about to head out and grab some dinner. We tried knocking on your door, but you didn't answer. Are you still in there? Oh, sorry! I actually am not in the hotel anymore. I stepped out already. Wait, what? What do you mean? Where did you go? Well, it has just been so long since I have been overseas. And you all seemed like you wanted to rest a bit. But I still was ready to do things, so I just went out on my own. Oh, okay, I see. So then you're just going to be doing your own thing this evening? Yeah, I think I'm just going to have a me day from now. I'll go out and do some shopping and just have some fun by myself. Okay, that is no problem. And it's a good thing you made it on time to catch the flight today, huh? I told you that I would, didn't I? Sure, but you only just made it, remember? I mean, you showed up 30 minutes later than you said you would, and they barely let you board, so you were cutting it close. Yeah, but I made it, so it really doesn't matter anyways, does it? Okay, well, anyways. Tomorrow morning we have a tour scheduled, so please don't sleep in. I won't, don't worry. Just swing by my room to wake me up, please. I think you are more than capable of waking yourself up on time. No? Okay, thanks for doing that. See you tomorrow. Did you even read what I just said? Hello, Nellie? Are you there? Have you woken up? Hello? Nellie? Are you awake yet? We tried knocking on your door, but you wouldn't answer. Are you getting ready? Well, anyways, we can't make the tour guide wait any longer, so we will be going now. Let us know if something happened to you, okay? Good morning, Laurie. I woke up, but have all of you gone already? Did you all leave me behind? Well, we had another tour today, and we weren't about to make another tour guide wait for you to finally wake up. You always do this! You always leave me behind for these things. I really wish you would just stop and include me for once. What are you talking about? I told you what the schedule would be for this trip and that we had a tour today. I told you that it was something that we couldn't be late for. Well, duh! I know we had tours and stuff, but why didn't you just cancel them for me? Excuse me? What do you mean by that? I mean, why didn't you cancel them and just wait for me to wake up so that we could all do something together? I mean, have you even really been trying to wake me up these mornings? You have just been trying to leave me out of everything this whole time. Okay, this has gone on long enough. Anyways, we are already in the middle of the tour right now. If you want to go out and do your own thing at night, that is no problem at all. But we have told you again and again when we have had things scheduled for the morning. Okay, fine. Just wait for me tomorrow, okay? We are not going to do that. We have a plane to catch tomorrow. So please make sure that you actually wake up on time. What is it? Do you have any idea what time it is? Well, what do you need? Why are you calling me right now? You know what? Never mind. Oh, come on. What could you possibly be mad at me for this time? No, really. It's nothing. I promise. What? Don't tell me there was another tour today or something. Did you cancel it for me like I asked? It wasn't a tour. And just what were you doing last night? Oh, right. We're supposed to be flying home today, right? Did you guys all go out to do some last-minute shopping or something? Are you all out buying souvenirs? Nellie, where are you right now? Oh, man. I actually drank so much last night. I just woke up. I'm still at the hotel. I'm going to start getting ready to leave. I'll head out in like 3 hours, okay? No, it's not okay. We are all already back home. Wait, what do you mean by that? Nellie, are you still in the hotel in the Bahamas? Wait, no, hold on. What do you mean you are all already back home? Like, home? What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just that. Our flight home was hours ago. We tried to wake you up by knocking on your door, but you just wouldn't come to answer it. And when we finally realized that you weren't going to be answering it, we finally had to leave to catch our flight. I had a feeling that you were still at the hotel, though. Wait. My head is spinning. So, you are trying to tell me that you left me all alone in this hotel and flew back without me? So you're finally starting to get it? I really do not even know why we agreed to let you come along with us on this trip. What do you mean by that? I mean that you wanted so badly to come with us on our trip, and then you just slept in until the afternoon every single day we were there. You completely ignored the schedule that we made and insisted on going off to do your own thing, and even ended up cheating on your husband while you were here. I mean, wow. I just don't even know what to say after this week. Whoa. What did you just say? Did you really think none of us would find out about it? I mean, these walls are not that thick, you know. Besides, Vicky saw you bringing a guy into your room with you last night. Wait, what? What are you talking about? She even took a picture of the guy and sent it to me. Wait, what? She took a picture of me with this guy? I'm so confused. That's what I should be saying, not you. Did you really just want to come along with us on this trip just so that you could find a guy to hook up with? Did you lie to all of us just so that you could have your little affair? No, of course not. I would never lie to you all. Well, then I think you have quite a bit of explaining to do, given your actions. Not only that, but you would always get mad at us just for following the schedule that we set out with at the beginning of this trip. And to top it all off, you still haven't paid your share for all the reservations. So why don't you pay for the hotel and find your own way home? Although I imagine that at this point they are going to charge you for an extra day. What do you mean? But it isn't like you can use the same ticket that you originally had to get home. So I have no idea how you are going to get back here. But once you do, don't bother talking to us ever again. We really want nothing more to do with you from here on out. Hey, come on! You don't need to take things that far. No need to be so cruel. I am sorry. I apologized. Please, you need to help me. What should I do? Actually, I don't need to help you. And by the way, we are going to be taking our concrete evidence of you cheating on your husband and show it to him. What? You're going to show those pictures to my husband? Yes. And then we are going to be sending you an invoice to pay for your share of the trip that you still owe us. Otherwise, I doubt you'll ever actually bother paying us. It's not like that. You have got it all wrong. Of course I will pay for whatever you want. Just please don't show anything to my husband. Well, if we don't explain to him what happened, then how are you supposed to explain to him why you didn't come back with us? And how are you going to get back here anyways? Well, sure, but this has nothing to do with you anyways. Can't you just leave it alone? Nothing to do with us? Who do you think paid for you to come on this trip in the first place? And all you've done while here is sleep in every day until you missed your own flight by 3 hours. Everything that is happening to you now is all your fault. If you had just gotten on the plane with us, then at least you could have avoided some of this trouble. But it is too late for you to say anything now. Wait. No, please. Just listen to me. I didn't do anything bad. It was just a little mistake. You don't have to do this. Maybe now you will finally reflect a bit about not showing up late to everything. I think it is a good chance for you to finally learn your lesson. I promise that I will never do anything like this again. I've reflected. I won't ever be late. Just please don't do this to me. I already told you that it is too late. Besides, we all agree that your husband has a right to know what you did. I'm sure he would love to hear all about how you spent your vacation with all of us. But... no. Please. Oh, what should I do? I'm not a bad person, I promise. I don't see how you can think that when all you ever do is cause trouble for the people around you. Maybe if you really took the time to reflect, then you might just be able to turn your life around. What should I do? I don't have a ticket back home, and even if I did go home, If you really do tell my husband, then my life will be over. Well, I only hope you can see how you have done this to yourself with your behavior. I mean, do you even realize how much trouble you cause for everyone with your attitude? You were hungover every day of this trip and sleeping in to sleep it off. A healthy, normal person doesn't do that sort of thing. But I apologized already, didn't I? You can't just blame me for everything. I won't blame you for anything else. What do you mean by that? I mean that I won't blame you because I don't want anything to do with you ever again. No, please! You can't do this to me! You have to help me! We're going to have your husband pay us back what you owe, and then we never want to see you ever again. Good luck getting home, and try not to be late for your next flight. Nellie was furious at all of us for leaving her behind in the Bahamas, but no matter how hard she tried to reach out and talk to us, she found that she was being ignored by everyone. And after us ex-friends showed Nellie's husband the picture of the local that she had hooked up with on her trip, that was it for her marriage as well. Although he did come around and agreed to buy her a ticket for a flight back home, when she came back, he only met her at the airport to hand over the divorce papers. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.